Okay, thank you for tuning in with Enchantress, that's me, the Babbler, that's me, and this revolutionary uprise that is definitely happening all over the times, anytime, whenever you come into this time-space continuum, know that it is infinite and expanding. Ooh, yes, that is what we are commanding, okay, but without any demanding, because we're not tyrants here. Okay, either way, what was I saying? Alright, so this is video number 2 of whatever video number 1 is going to be titled, because it's clearly not the continuation of the video number 3 that I was talking about in this video number 1. But anyways, what was I saying? So yes, what is channeling? Okay, that is what came to mind in clear focus of human words that I was able to grab in what I'm going to attempt now to put into vocals, because the epiphany all happened here while I was, driving, and it's not like I could write it down. I get lost, I get so caught up in my babbles that it takes me forever to say the one thing that I could have just simply, if I wrote it down, read it from there, and then, that would be that. But there's no fun in that, okay? There's no fun in that because that's all scripted. Going back to what I was talking about before I had to answer a phone call, that's it. Right. So when I first created all of my social media platforms, and my blog was my first attempt, second actually, because back in the day, when I remember doing this when my daughter was a baby. So my daughter's 18 now. Okay, they had livejournal.com, and I had an account on there. I think my name was like Butterfly Cry or something like that. And I created that first social media like platform in anonymously, because I didn't have to reveal my identity. And so I created a live journal, and there I created names for characters of things that were happening, I guess, during that time in my life, which was another, roller coaster. So either way, I created that, and that was anonymously. So years later, let's flash forward, and I think I created my Enchanting Babble blog in 2008 or 2009 or 2000. I have no concept of time. Okay, all I know, when did I leave Psycho? Doesn't matter because that was so many moons ago. Either way, many moons ago, I guess, let's say at least 10 years ago, whenever that was, I created Enchanting Babble solely for the purpose of allowing myself to express myself freely without having to be so mysterious or anonymous, because I'm not anonymous. So if we go back to that time, and it's nice to see your evolution of growth, your Akashic record in this realm of existence that gets imprinted into the energetic signatures of the ethereal lands of realms that exist, that store everything, because this space stores everything microscopically, fine. But anyways, that's not what this is about. I channel so much. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay? It's a lot. And I'm here and open finally. I'm not gonna get emotional because I'm not gonna freaking cry. To this experience of validating my own experience as enough to be able to share what I know or what I learn without fear of being condemned or ridiculed or judged. That's it, right? So, anyways, I get lost. If I had multiple mouths, maybe I can tell multiple stories of how like my multiple brains be doing this stuff. Like it's a lot. When you allow yourself, this is not ADHD, this is not freaking schizophrenia, this is not like mental disorders or anything like that. Please don't get me started. I will rip you a new asshole if you want to try. So anyways, and I didn't mean to curse. I've been trying not to curse, and I'm essentially doing that on here. Only because, you know, I do work with a lot of children, and, you know, yeah, I might have a potty mouth from time to time, and then certain things get censored if you start speaking, like, reckless and cray. But, like, expression is expression. And I just try to keep it as clean as possible, even though, you know, whatever, because I don't think there's any age restriction on anything, because we're all souls, and that is something that we cannot count. So maybe in this life we come up and we are what we are when we are, but the very thing that is the energy of the essence of whatever it is that we are, that is beyond this freaking body, that exists, that is beneath, underneath, in between, that's most real, well, we ancient, right? It's funny when I pay attention to some of the stuff that I say poetically in every kind of way, and then it comes back to me and I'm just like, oh, hold up, wait a minute, there we go. There was another portal door being opened and awakened. It was just, you know, me being the conduit, the vessel, expressing it, and maybe not being able to retain it for myself at that time, until I got to that point of time that it was like, epiphany, here we go, you know. But anyways, these seeds we sow. So going back to, I'm trying to explain what channeling is, and I'm also trying to explain some of this evolution of some of my social media platforms. So stop trying to look at me. Like, it's great when you live multidimensionally and are just completely aware of everything that is around you, invisible or visible, and just the ability to be able for me to look this way and know that that man keeps trying to get my attention in the car over there. Okay, so you get what I mean? Like, how do you know? Like, think about it. Whenever somebody's staring at you from across the room, you feel the heat, right? You're like, somebody like, and then you look over and then you realize, oh my God, somebody's like, you know, staring at me. What is those inner, invisible layerings of realities that exist multidimensionally on our planes of existence, because we're able to tap into it, because you're feeling it? Because if it wasn't part of your multidimensional experience of living, then you would not feel when someone's staring at you from across the room, and nor would you look that way, because you wouldn't pick up on it. But energy is energy, right? Like, okay, granted. Anyways, that's going off like what I was even just saying. But when I created, and just stay with me. I'm sorry, and if you stay with me, you get in it. If you ever get confused, please feel free to ask me whatever you need to ask me in regards to anything that I share, that, because I know that I babble. Interesting name, right? That I created babbling years ago when I was suppressed. Been a psychopath. Yeah, enchanting babble. Wow. Anyways, so what was I saying? See? Oh my gosh. Like, this is the reality of that kind of thing, being open to this kind of experience and being vulnerable to share it. Because there's so many variables that exist on this population, this world population, that have been influenced. So not everything is welcomed, not everything is accepted, not everything is easy to share, to feel, to admit, to acknowledge. So, to be on this full spectrum of infinite awakening of, I'm stopping at a stop sign. That's I had jokes about that before. I was like, the only thing you would do if the only thing, I'm like, whatever. I'm trying to do so many things at once. The only thing pot smokers can be faulted for, like, while driving, if they ever drive while high, is stopping at a stop sign, waiting for the red light to turn. There's a stop sign. I don't know. Anyways, it was funny to me. I used to say that all the time. Like, that's the only thing you can catch somebody doing is, like, staying at a stop sign, waiting for the red light to turn. And there's no fucking red light. But anyways, here we go. Now there's a red light. Yeah, or is that yellow? Yeah, red. Oh, red. Anyways, so yeah, when I first created Enchanting Babble, during a major time of, like, suppression, oppression, like, this person that speaks to you today has evolved in many kind of way of healing through my own sense of torture, pain, and things that had to be addressed in order to be healed, to deal, to rise. Those are not just words that I say that hold no value. These are words of power that have rebuilt my crumbling towers time and time again. It's like when Cardi B says, why am I messing up even my own lines? Oh my god, I'm just not gonna be quoting anybody for this night, like, just too much. But just like I fall down, I fall down 10, like, oh my god. Listen, I don't know, like, what is going on right now in terms of why I can't even speak English. But it is what it is, and I know what it is, and it starts with the first video of this video, which is now video number 2. Shit. And my battery's dying. But, like, yeah. So, this channeling message. Anyways, when I created my blog, it was symbolic. That's where I was going with the other one, when I was saying live symbolically, okay, because it was symbolic for me to now begin my right to express. So what ended up being really cool during that time, because I couldn't express myself freely, although that was what I wanted to be able to do, I finer tuned my writing skills, and I created a lot of cryptic poetry that I loved. I was lucky if one person read my blog at that time. And so it was never about how many people were reading for me, because my discovery of an audience came to me by accident. And it came to me when I had asked someone to revamp my page, because I don't know how to do all that tech stuff. I wanted them to change it and make it, I had never changed it before. Like, I wanted it something me. So it was in that at that time, which was a few years back, that person alerted me to the audience that I had, which at that time was like over 60,000 that was insane. What? That's not nice. Somebody's car. Like, I hope that didn't happen while they parked. But anyways. Yeah. So. Yeah, like. So, you know, everything starts somewhere or whatever. But either way, all of my writing, all of my life, when I have written stuff, I have always said, I don't know what I write until after I write it. And I read it back to myself. Like, you know, which is automatic writing and writing. Right? But bear with me. The chosen or the outlet of expression that automatic writing comes in is writing. Okay, fine. So I sit with pen and paper in my hand because I'm old school. I like pen and paper. And I can still do it with typing too, so don't mind me because I type like 1,000 words per minute. Which has helped a lot with certain kind of multi-dimensional thinking. So when I need to type more than one thing at a time, that has been helpful. But anyways, that's another thing. Old school writer Jen, pen and paper in hand. Sorry, it's just okay. Can I go here? Yay! Okay, I'm sorry, I was looking for parking. So what was I saying? Okay. So channeling can be expressed in various forms. And those that channel, I'm going to explain what channeling is before I even go anywhere. Those that channel will all have their own way of expressing that channeling. You know what I mean? And so, when I was battling it out with spirit, going back to video number 1, if you haven't seen video number 1, I suggest you do before you see video number 2 of anything. Like, watch video number 1 so you can get an idea if this is even for you. It's not gonna be for everybody at the same time. Okay? It's gonna be for everybody. So, again, yeah. I said I feel so many things, and it has nothing to do with paranoia, and those are just habitual things to make sure everything is locked while I'm in here, as if something bad is gonna happen, which is what you can think depending on the leveling of perception and just thought processings that you have. But that was habit and instinctual, and just because I feel many beings, whether they're human or not, I just want to be nice and cozy in this car. Oh, I can't even see myself. Alright, so I'm going to keep that on. So quickly. Oh my god. I'm going to make another video.